So countries use different tools to track their citizens, and I'm going to start off with a couple of them and then discuss some other ones. Now, the very common one is the passport. A lot of countries, including the US, requires its citizens to exit the country using the home country passport. So that's the first point of tracking, where you use your pass. You have to, by law, it's against the law to not use your home country passport. So when you're exiting, there's a clear paper trail. It does not matter even if you are a dual citizen. Let's say you pledge allegiance to some other country, you have a second nationality, but by law you're going to use only your home country passport to exit. So there's a clear physical tracking of a person. The second type of tracking, second example, would be directly based on your biometrics. So let's say you were born in a territory, let's say you were born in the US in a particular state, then you're going to be tracked with that indirectly. For example, the moment you walk into a bank, even if you're using a second passport and you show them that, hey, I'm a citizen of, let's say, the UK, but the place of birth, that small element is going to tag you back to the US. There's going to be extra scrutiny. There's going to be the FATCA F bar. They're automatically going to assume that you are a US citizen as well, and that is what's going to take precedence, unless of course you show your renunciation proof and stuff like that. So that's the second way of tracking. Now, while I'm discussing all these tracking mechanisms, and these are not just the only two, there's a host of other rules, underlying rules, and one of the things that we specialize in is understanding what are the legal requirements, right? What are the different rules that people need to be compliant with? And none of this information is legal, tax, finance, or immigration advice. You should always consult your legal professional before doing anything. Alternatively, for any of the options I'm going to discuss, if you are interested in getting started, you can always click the link, book a call, and we can get you started with the right legal professionals. Now, before we deep dive, please do me a favor. If you aren't yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It helps me get you valuable information and on time. Let's deep dive. Now, before I discuss anything else, let me discuss the solutions, right? So what is the legal mechanism? So travel related, yes, you have the rules, you have the direct rules, but there's also some flexibility. I don't want to call them loopholes. It does not sound right. Let's say the flexibility. Legally, you can still acquire residencies in neighboring countries, which a lot of people do. So for example, let's say you have a Mexican residency, and we specialize in the Mexican option. In a single day, you can get the Mexican card from inside Mexico. As I said, you can always reach us and we can start with this process. This is one of the most popular low-hanging fruits that a lot of Americans focus on. So let's say you drive to Mexico, you can drive using your enhanced driver's license, or you can even exit using one of your cards, whether it's a passport card, Nexus card, a Sentry card, or whatever mechanism you have to exit by road. You can always exit. Now, once you're in Mexico, you're no longer your home country citizen in that country. You have other nationalities, you have other passports. So legally, being 100% legally compliant, you've exited your home country even without your home country passport, and from that country, you obviously can exercise any nationality that you need in order to exit. Similarly, there are a lot of options where they don't discuss your place of birth. Now, this does not mean that you don't have to follow your home country law. Even if any document does not specify your place of birth, let's say your nationality is from a third country, but your place of birth is not listed, you still have to be compliant with your home country requirements. So, for example, if you're from the US, whatever rules, and you're a citizen, whatever rules that they have set forth for you, you have to follow that. And before doing anything, as I said, you should consult your legal professional. The fact that I'm sharing is that there are certain residencies and passports which do not legally list the place of your birth, so they break the link with your home country nationality. Now, there are residency options and there are passport options like this also, and it all gets super interesting. Now, while you're following all the rules and the laws and stuff like that, it's always beneficial to add as many options as possible to your portfolio, so you're well prepared, you know the rules, you're following the home country requirements, but you also have additional options to equip yourself, to arm yourself, to increase your chances of being safe and successful, not just right now, but also in future. And what are the options? What are the countries that are in the mix here? There are 3 to 4 countries that are interesting. One is the Albanian citizenship. So Albania already has a very flexible and generous visa policy. It allows US citizens to go and live there 1 year at a time. So that's the visa free. But let's say you strike a nationality, a citizenship scenario in Albania. Let's say you're doing it through merit. then you can obviously have access to Europe. So let's say in 3 to 5 years, if this country joins the EU, then your citizenship is worth a lot more. The second option is Montenegro. They did have a CBI, a pure CBI program, but now it's more merit-based option, and we are exceedingly, my promise is in 2026 we are going to especially heavily focus on citizenship by merit situations. There are a lot of countries that authorize citizenship by merit. It's not direct, it's through agreements with the government. Of course, there's a monetary component, there's a donation component, but yes, you need to have a clean profile, you need to have an attractive profile, you should look decent to these authorities, and then yes, they all want to give citizenship, they just don't want to hit the limelight, the spotlight. So making a public pay for passport scheme is not the way to go in 2026. It's all going to be about hidden, discreet, private citizenships, hidden gems is what I mean, and legal citizenships. You want to have a proper, solid, watertight agreement with the government. Two things that you want to focus on is an embassy verification, so you have a legit verification from outside, and of course you want the interior government, Ministry of Justice, those kind of agencies authorize and verify and stamp your citizenship, your nationality related documents. North Macedonia has a very interesting hybrid program. Yes, they don't have a pure CBI, and there's different options where you can interact and negotiate this with the authorities. The other one is Serbia. Now a lot of fraud may happen in a country like Serbia, so you want to be careful. Of course, there are legit citizenship by exception, legit citizenship by merit providers. You just have to be very careful in what you're getting into. You don't want the money to go to the wrong person. You want your passport, your citizenship, your nationality to be 100% watertight and legal, obtained from the proper channels. Now, whenever there's a citizenship by merit option, there could be shady or dubious providers who would want to rig the system, game the system, give you that nationality so it looks as if it comes from the government, but they're just selling you something fraud. You think because other people have got citizenship by merit, you're getting the same thing. No, you want to be careful. You personally want to verify that you have some sort of proper authentication, proper verification from the right legal entities in that country. These are the European options. Now, of course, there's citizenship by merit, and that's far more easier, far more cheaper in other countries, especially some African nations. So some people want to pair a good European nationality, a second nationality, and the third or the plan C could be an African nationality. So you're coming from a Western country, you have that EU backdoor entry in future, maybe you can apply or qualify for that EU citizenship. It's very easy to get the Schengen permit added to your European passport. So let's say your country is Albania, Macedonia, Montenegro, or even Serbia, any of these four passports, and let's say you tag a EU or a Schengen permit to whichever passport you're getting, and then on the side you have the African nationality, and let's say you're getting Vanuatu or other remote, or Mauritius or other 100% remote visas, golden visas, or residencies, then you have that combination. So you have a safe country in Africa like Mauritius to go to. You also have an African passport that gets you there. So you have a significant African angle to your portfolio. On the European side, you have the European passport, but you also have an EU golden visa like Portugal or Estonia or Greece or whichever other EU golden visa option you want to tag to that. And then of course you have your home country layer, which is left untouched. So yes, you can travel the way you're traveling on your home country passport, but then you have these other useful plan Bs and plan C layers in your portfolio. And at any point in time you are interested in getting started with any of these options or striking a combination, you can always click the link, book a call. We can have a quick chat and quickly get you started with the option of your choice. All these programs are changing. Options are good, options are being limited. So this is the time to play the cards and get the right options so you and your family is secure for life. Now, before you go, if you want to learn about 10 countries where you can strike a residency without moving, and if you haven't seen that video, hop onto this one. This talks about all the 10 options that are available to you right now.